say everything I just said. So, first of all, everybody has to have access time, and the way you calculate access time is, we're going to watch this in a second on this video right here. I added it to the book. Access, well, I'm not going to explain it because you're going to watch the video. And as far as bandwidth, how you calculate bandwidth, the explanation of how you calculate bandwidth is right here in the book as well. But this is the speed, this is the bandwidth. So for DDR4 2400, the bandwidth is 19200. Okay?
Access speed is supposed to be in nanoseconds, correct?
And access time is in nanoseconds. And we're going to watch that video as a class right now, and then you guys can make the changes to your PowerPoint, which is why we're only going to get...
Okay, this video is on how to calculate access time. Access time is the time it takes for a PC to access and do a full read or a full write of or to the memory. So access time is denoted in nanoseconds, denoted in S, which equals 1 e to the negative 9th seconds, which equals 0.0000000.3 right? And we did how to calculate it and show it in nanoseconds. And we're going to use this decagram as our example.
Bandwidth is megabytes per second, right? Bandwidth is megabytes per second.
Okay, so we're going to use it as our example to figure out access time. The first thing we need to know is our cast latency. We know cast latency is the number of cycles it takes to write to RAM. So in this case, it's going to take 15 cycles to write to this RAM. So it's going to be 15 cycles. And we're using CAS. Okay. And we know that we want it in seconds. So let's go back here, and the next thing we need to know for this RAM is the speed of the RAM. So this RAM runs at DDR4 or 3000, which means it runs at 3000 megahertz. Okay?
If you're not paying attention, you're not going to be able to calculate it through your PowerPoint.
Megahertz. And we know, oh, that's a Z. I know. Megahertz is a million cycles per second. And we need it in seconds and then nanoseconds. So in order to get cycles and cycles per second into seconds, it would take division. Okay? So if we wanted to cancel out cycles in our final answer, if we divide it by cycles, I'm just going to write C, divided by cycles per second, we would end up with seconds. Okay? So we have to divide our CAS by our speed. So we take our 15 cycles. That's a C, we'll pretend. There we go. Our 15 cycles divided by our 3,000 million cycles per second, and we equal some number. And we'll do that on our calculator. So if we did 15 divided by 3,000 million equals, I did something wrong here. Let me do it again. 15 divided by 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, equals.
I wanted it in scientific notation.
I'm not getting scientific notation on that.
You're gonna have it in scientific.
Sure, again.
Yeah.
What?
You're gonna have it in scientific.
It makes more, well, and it still didn't do it in scientific mode. So, but if you hit this button, it'll switch it. So
There we go. Hit the FE button. So it equals 5 e to the negative 9.
E to the negative 9
let's go back
is
here. Let's go
nanoseconds.
back to it. So it equals 0.0000005
Oh.
nanoseconds. And I said that 1 nanosecond, think back here, is 0.0000001 seconds. So I know that I can computer convert that just by knowing
But they're
that.
not O's.
That is
Sorry.
that's
easier to say
You need to redo that and say 0 every time.
0.001 equals a nanosecond, and I've got 5 of those. So my answer is equal to 5 nanoseconds is the access time of this ring. And that is the true, I can compare apples to apples for any stick of ring. So I can do this calculation for a DDR3 compared to DDR4. I can do it from a DDR1 to a DDR4 because I actually get a time
think my screws
that's
are falling out of my
comparable. How much
computer.
faster is this RAM than that RAM? That
What?
is the access.
Dude, okay,
And
look.
we're on the calculator. I wanted to
There's
show
one
it
right
even
here,
in the
that one's
nine, so
tiny.
I
But
got
then
the
there's
scientific
there,
one.
Dad, that's
So now I
just
can
the
do
count.
the nine, so I know it's in nanoseconds. I can do that with any one of
Okay, well, why is it
the
only one?
calculations that I've got. But if I end up with this one, and I'm using a phone calculator, all I have to do is count over the zeros to the millionths, and then I know that's how many millionths of a second it is, which is a nanosecond. And so I know it's 5. So if it was 0.000.
Okay, so the point being here, maybe I should re-record this because I went on. This is the only way to compare RAMs of different speeds and different generations to see how long it takes for it to do a full write or a full read. Okay, and as we go through our presentations, we're going to see the difference in nanoseconds between different kinds of sticks of RAM is extremely, extremely small, if any difference at all between the different sticks of RAM once we do the calculations with the latency. Okay, so I want everybody to add that to their presentation and re-upload their presentation. All you have to do is divide one by the other, figure out how many nanoseconds it is. Okay, so that's 6.7 nanoseconds. What?
Okay, so this is the, was that the bandwidth?
Yes.
So then what is the speed?
What is the what?
Like the,
So you need to find the speed of the RAM, which is.
yeah, I thought that's what that was. That's
No,
why
that's not the speed of the RAM.
Because I put,
No, that would be incorrect.
well,
Well, where's your? Okay, go back to your RAM.
Why is that refreshed?
You should have clicked new.
I'll go back through.
No, because that's not what goes there. So what is the speed of this RAM? I mean, we could look at a chart that says that and find out what it is, but click on it and see it. When you click on it, where does it go?
it doesn't.
It doesn't go anywhere.
This website kind of sucks.
Okay,
It
go
doesn't
down.
give you any sort of.
Where's the place that you bought it from?
MLA, Jesse, don't
Hey,
just copy
there you
and
go.
paste the
I bet
word
you it's gonna,
every
no, not there.
time.
That website isn't great. How about? No, that's just a little ad. What happen when we hit specifications?
See, that's what it.
It doesn't say that. Well, it's PC4 3200. So all PC4 3200 is the same. I don't know it off the top of my head. But if I go in here and I do PC4, if I do this,
Actually, no, I didn't.
I'm gonna get what it is. So it's gonna be every PC4 3200 is the same speed. So that means it is.
Wait, no, it's not. That's 3200. Mine's only goes to.
No, I think it's got to be 3200. That's annotated wrong. It should say DDR4 3200. It's not PC4 30. That number's way too small. So that isn't the bandwidth. That's just really weird the way they annotated it. That's not right. It can't be PC4 3200 because the number's in the tens of thousands, not in the thousands. So that is the speed. I don't know what the
Yeah,
bandwidth
it's the
is.
same for this one. It says
PC4 2400. That's not right. So look, DDR4 3200 is the bandwidth is 25600.
okay.
25,600. So you'd have to do the same thing. You just Google PC4. What is the other one? 2400.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2400 is your megahertz, and every stick of 2400 is going to have the same bandwidth. So you could just Google a different one that's annotated better than that one is. This one is not annotated better than that one. This is annotated just as bad. Oh no, it was right there. It was 19. It was 19200
Watching
right
video
there.
ads is not always gonna
Because the PC, when you see the PC rating, it's supposed to be PC generation dash bandwidth, and then when you see this DDR4 dash is supposed to be
Right.
the megahertz. So that's not standard annotation.
And that's on their website.
Well, I'm just saying that that's not standard.
Gosh,
I can't help
the
that.
internet now, it's all ads.
It's
Ads.
because all people care about is their money, Jesse. You should know this.
Okay, so we're gonna do the first presentation in 2 minutes. Ready?
Oh,
Spin the wheel.
Colt Neverman volunteers to go first by
No, I
yelling
don't.
spin the wheel. So you'll be first.
Yes. No, we gotta do the wheel.
Suck it.
No, you're going first. We'll spin the wheel for the number 2.
That's a bunch of
Spin the
That's
wheel.
only fair.
Spin the
How's it
wheel.
fair?
And everyone who doesn't have anything on here will get a penalty on their grade.
Oh wait, was I supposed to
Oh.
send you the link on
was I
that?
supposed
You either have to
send
upload the
you
yes.
link?
Oh,
Okay, gotcha.
I shared it on Google.
Well, then put it on there. I'm not really talking about you guys. I'm talking about the people that aren't in class right now.
Oh.
Everyone should either have an upload or a link. So
Share.
if you're here and you didn't do the link, put the
Shareable
link in.
link.
I'll submit that.
Yep, submit that through online text. So I'm really talking about our 4 people that aren't here. Let's see, Miss Melton got hers, Miss Abner got hers, but I don't see Mr. Michaels submitted, or who else is missing?
Okay, where did you? No, I don't see that number anywhere. Wasn't this the same thing you were looking at?
That isn't the same one. That's a different one.
How can one person be so retarded? That's not
Let's see if you're all smart and shared it too. Yep, look at Bob the Builder. Shared his link. This morning we had a problem with people not sharing.
Jacob.
gay.
If you guys don't know, do you guys know how to go back and your revision history of something like you walk away from your laptop and forget to lock it up?
No.
I just
Okay.
lock it out.
You need to show me.
Okay, so why did I hit the share button? So
Jacob,
I can go to
What do you mean it doesn't?
he's not looking anyway.
There's no number there.
Well, then you have to calculate it, sucker.
How do you calculate?
Is it under file? Oh, right there, version history. I can go back and see the version history. I can't because I don't own the document. I can't do it. But if he wanted to go back to yesterday, he could go right here and maybe he shared it to me editing. Are you watching?
Yeah.
So you could go and just restore the version from 849 if you wanted to.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you did that. That's why I was Googling it.
I don't know why somebody would do that to you. It's just mean. Okay, Bob, are we ready?
What block is this?
This is 03.
Alright. Then I'm ready.
Wow.
To do with my new. I didn't do it two-sided. Wasted piece of paper.
How much is that?
I'm just sitting right here with my secretary over here.
Bob. You can't do it. Wait, so we only have to have the links to the RAM, not the motherboards, right? Right, you can go get those.
Just the RAM.
Okay.
The point of talking about the motherboard is just to let us know what the form factor is and what generation it takes, so that we know that you actually bought memory for your motherboard. Because if we don't do that first, you guys could just present anything you wanted to and say it's for my gamer motherboard, and how would we know, right?
Is everybody ready?
No.
Everybody have their notes out, their charts ready?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, charts. What
What was the chart?
Because you know there's 4 people in this room that are going to be nagging you tomorrow for the information. And I
And then
would
not
either
give
make them watch the video or make them pay.
Okay, so
It's
what?
got to be worth the candy bar or something.
What all do we
I don't remember what the chart was.
need to?
You want to put the chart up again?
I'll just watch the video.
I need to calculate something real quick.
Wait,
So-
so you put
Oh my
3,000
Lord.
million, is it? If minus 2,400 for the speed, is it 2,400
Jesse,
million?
how the crap am I gonna
When you're doing the
freaking
calculation,
fix this?
2400 is megahertz.
Yeah.
but megahertz
Huh?
are millions of hertzes. So you got to do 2,400 million when you try to change from
What up?
cycles
17.
and cycles per second to just seconds
Gotcha.
to then change it to nanoseconds.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Wait, 17?
Yes.
So basically, you're keeping track of the presenter, whether they're doing a home business or game room, whether they're giving the high end or the low end memory for that one. How many sticks are they trying to sell you? 1 4 gig, 3 4 gig, or 4 4 gigs, 2 4 gigs, 4 8 gigs, whatever. The speed, 2,400 megahertz. The bandwidth, 19,200 or 19,200. The latency of 15. The channels, single, dual, quad. I'm just starting 1, 2, 3, or 4. Generation, I'm just writing 4 or 3. Access time, that's the nanoseconds they're going to show us. Warranty, whether they mention it, whether they have one, is it lifetime, is it limited? So I'm putting L or LL for lifetime or limited lifetime, and how much it costs. I probably should have put, and I didn't, who, right? Like, is this G Steel or no, not who the person is, but who the manufacturer is. I have that on my stuff, but that's probably something I could have added. You can shrink that down now.
Presenter.
Hit the little arrow.
No, don't.
No, don't.
One,
Speed. BW.
Are we waiting
Two.
for?
Flat.
2.5.
Gen.
The only reason I didn't print this out is because then I made a big deal. You can't tape stuff in your notes for your test, and I wanted it in your notes.
Warranty.
What if we staple it?
Cost.
I think you just want to see stuff
Okay,
that
we
warranty.
did.
Where's Mr. A?
And you
That's what I
want
think.
Well, hello.
The company side it says
Hi.
it somewhere.
I am Bob the Builder, and I am here from Guile to present you some memory. A little bit about us. Our full name is the Golden Emperor International Ltd.
That's what that stands for? Golden Emperor International Limited. So
Too complicated.
Our main headquarters is in Taipei, Taiwan, which is pictured here. Our president now is Xufeng Huang, and our founder is Jeff Aishi. And we were founded in 1993, and as of 2009, we had 300 employees on record.
No, that's not a to the ninth. I thought that was like 300 million
Oh, no.
employees. No, just 309.
All
That's
right,
not
so-
a lot of employees. How do you make RAM with only 300 people?
A lot of them are probably like not documented employees.
Oh my god.
Not kidding, they do that a lot.
Here's what they do. They just force people to stay at the factories and
Well,
sell
yeah, honestly, I mean, 300 might be enough. I don't know.
It's in Taiwan.
Well,
They don't
They're
have.
using FedEx for
The
their
real
shipping.
question is,
so
the real question is,
Okay.
who buys that kind of RAM? Or like that company's RAM?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard of it. I never either.
Alright, so why I'm here today, I've been informed you are looking for 2 types of RAM. One for a cheap home PC, you need cheap RAM for it, and you also need fast non-overclocked RAM for a business PC for these 2 motherboards.
Okay, and the only thing I know, I probably shouldn't use that on my thing. I would, when you present, I would not use the word cheap. I would use words like low
Least
end,
expensive.
low cost, most cost effective. Cheap has a connotation of crappy, right? If you
This-
call somebody cheap, you're not calling them a thrifty person who works well with their money. You're calling them worse than that, right? So
These are not cheap, they are low cost.
okay, I'm just saying, that, and that's why the first person, I never take off for what the first person when I give that kind of feedback, because you were the first person, right?
So next time I don't
And a little bit about some memory background here. You can see here is a stick of RAM, and it reads, writes, and stores data. And here you can see things about bandwidth and ECC and parity. Parity is an extra chip on it to help correct it, and that correlates with ECC, which is error correcting code memory. And it's there's also cast latency, which is a delay time. Alright, so this is the home motherboard you have gave me. It has a form factor of ATX. Is the ASRock H178X1. The maximum memory available for it is 64 gigabytes, and the number of memory slots is the 4 times 80 or 288 pins, and it is dual channel, and at a speed of 2,133 megahertz for DDR4.
Okay, go back to that slide. So there's some extraneous information. Audio, don't care. Integrated components, don't care. Compatible memory, you only showed us one. Now maybe there is only one, but we'd like to see all of them. Okay, the whole list of what kind of memory, because that's the whole point of showing this motherboard. So that, too much memory, too much info in the beginning, and then what are all the kinds of sticks of RAM this thing takes. And then we don't care about the cost of the motherboard, the expansion slots, the SATA ports. So when you guys bring those slides over, if on your motherboard presentation you put it all on one slide, take it off that slide, just delete those lines. Because all we really want to know is, what kind of RAM does this sucker take? And now, here's the RAM that I'm presenting, okay?
Alright, for our low costing home for your home motherboard, the RAM I've brought you here today is a 2 times 4 gigabytes, and it is a Guile Evo Spear, and it is 2x4 and not 1x4 because Guile does not do 1x4. And the bandwidth is 17,000. It is parity and ECC. It is a dual channel. Its CAT's latency is 15, and the type is a 288 pin DDR4 SD RAM. And the access time is 7.03 nanoseconds. Voltage is 1.2, and the speed is 2133 megahertz.
Okay, so go back one.
Wait, what is HBG again?
Now, the first thing is, on this, we would also want to know, on this motherboard, I have a hard time believing this one takes ECC RAM,
Was this home?
right? So if we were to look at this one, in fact, click on the cost button there. Since you gave us the link, we'll click on our link. And that's not going to work. Oh, it did work. Okay, so go down, slide down the specifications. And this is one of the big gotchas on this one. Down a little bit. Let's go to the memory. There we go. Okay, so it does not take ECC RAM. Remember, ECC is server RAM. Most likely, none of you have motherboards that take server RAM. Okay, so this one does only take 2133. So your slide is 100% correct. It doesn't show it lists any other kinds, but it doesn't say ECC. So most likely, you would get a lot of beeping on this one. Okay, and that's where we need to make sure we go and look at it. Now, if we went to the actual ASRock site, it might say that it takes non-ECC and ECC RAM, because I have seen that before, but it doesn't say that where our link is from. Okay, so you really need to be careful on that, because that's one of the gotchas that memory, if you get that wrong, your memory will not work. Okay, you can go ahead and close that. Why did it say no longer? Go back to your presentation. That was weird. Okay, so you can go forward one now. So that's a big gotcha on there. The other thing is that PC4 1700, 100%. I am.
There meant to be another zero. That's
okay, there's got to be at least one more zero.
17,000.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I did.
Because it can't. So that is your bandwidth, is 17,000. What the actual speed of this one is that? Oh, down there, 2133. Okay. So the speed is 2133 megahertz. What was our latency was 15. Okay.
And
so all those numbers now make sense. So we've got our first number that we can look at, realizing this is low end, 7.03 nanoseconds, and that's a small n, small s for nanoseconds.
What was between channel and?
And the cost for this RAM is $93.99.
DDR.
And the business motherboard you have told
Okay,
me
I want to go to the link. I want to go to your
Hey,
cost link.
bro, yeah.
Going too fast for me.
Yeah, me too.
It's 4.
Alrighty, and then we needed access. Wait, where's your access time, bro? Okay, access time.
Go back.
I want to go to the specific. Don't
Oh.
7.03.
listen to him. Listen to me. Stay on your memory. On target. Okay, go down a little bit for me,
Mr. Salesman, does this have a warranty? You know, in case it like goes out.
and go to specifications. For
Just shut up.
Now, where does it say this is ECC? Did you just guess that?
Maybe.
Okay, so scroll down. So actually, you did get RAM that would work in the motherboard, but you told us it wouldn't. Okay, so if it doesn't say it's ECC, it's not ECC.
Oh, all right.
I will say that 80% of the RAM, probably higher number than that, on Newegg's site is non-ECC because there just aren't that many servers compared to desktops, right? So most memory that you're going to find in there is non-ECC, non-parity. It's for a regular desktop machine. And the only reason I'm saying that is to make sure you guys all understand that, because I'm going to ask you that question on the test. And if it doesn't say, you should immediately go, ding. If it doesn't say, it's non-ECC because it's for a desktop, okay? Don't add ECC and make yourself look silly.
And it also says desktop in the title
Yes.
of it.
And here you can see our limited warranty for this is lifetime, so it is not limited.
Read the full details. Click that. I was limited
Warranty period.
You went off the screen. You're on the other screen. There you go. Now you're back on the screen. Now you're going off the screen. There you go. Slower. Slower with the finger. It doesn't really say. It just says Newegg has other warranties. Okay, close it. Okay, go ahead.
And this is the business motherboard you have wanted me to present to you today with effective RAM for it. Here we can see our form factors ATX. Our compatible memory is DDR4, and it takes 2400 for 7th Gen CPUs and 2133 for 6. And the maximum memory is 64 gigabytes, and the number of memory slots is 4 times 2 88 pin, and it is dual channel.
Is this gamer?
Business.
This?
Alright, and you have asked to have a fast business non-overclock RAM for your motherboard, and it is the Guile Evo Potenza, and it is 2 times 4 gigabytes, which is the 8 gigabytes you're looking for your motherboard, and it is the bandwidth is 19,200. It is non-parity and non-ECC. It is dual channel, and the cache latency is 16, and the type is 288 pin DDR4 SD RAM, and the access time for this one is 6.67 nanoseconds, and the voltage is 1.2 volts, and the speed is 2400 megahertz.
So was the last one supposed to be the lowest cost one?
No.
Or the both of them were
this is on
fastest?
sale. This is a different. This is a different speed.
Right,
So-
I see that.
So this one was on sale, but the
I
last
was
one
going
was
to say this one's faster and less expensive.
yeah.
Okay.
But with the different speed, this one ended up being on sale. And the cost for this is $85.99. You want me to click on the link again?
Hold on, Buck.
No, so we see our access time here is 6.67 nanoseconds. Okay? We don't have to go on the link on this one.
And the warranty on this is also lifetime warranty.
And access time on that one?
What?
6.67 nanoseconds. And warranty,
Lifetime.
lifetime, and cost.
$85.99.
$85.99.
And here are the screenshots for your motherboard and your RAM.
$85.90.
Alright, so if you need any more of our contact info for Guile to contact us for any questions, here is our North American contact info. Here's our address, our customer support line, and our customer support email. And for more contact information, go to our website.
You really should have put in personal support, you put your username at healmemory.com just to add, you know.
Yeah, you've done.
So, does anybody have any questions? Spin once, spin twice.
Nope. Do you have a? Yeah, there we go. And just so everybody had that first block, robot means it couldn't find an author. You could just put Newegg or the name of the site where it says robot.
No, I like mine.
Because there's really no robot writing articles, okay? So,
Are you sure?
nice job overall. And do we have a volunteer for the next one?
Jesse Visor.
Hold on, let me finish this one.
If I got put up there for nothing, then so does Jesse.
Hey, I always volunteer to go
also said
first.
so.
I'm spinning the wheel.
I just have to re-upload mine.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Hold on, wait.
Spin the acoustic guitar.
Can you replace a spinner with a guitar?
That'd be cool.
Okay.
Okay, just like last time, it's the next person if that person's already gone. So,
It's in the middle.
Yeah, Sam Gabbard.
It's in the middle.
Re-spin the
that's
wheel.
definitely,
That's definitely in the
Sam.
middle.
That's Sam.
That's in the middle, man.
Hold
Yeah,
already
you
went,
be the
though.
next person then.
Yeah.
No question.
Call
on
him
that
as a
one.
god.
You'd definitely be the next person. Mr. Gabbard, you
Hey, I'll
are
go.
up.
Sam's too
Fine.
handsy to go.
I'll go again.
Yeah, go again. You said spin the wheel.
Re-spin the wheel.
I just need your rubric.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the rubric.
Spin the wheel.
Go.
PowerPoint elements. That's a good. Yeah. Wait, I can't have PowerPoint elements. I use Google Slides. Oh, wrong way.
Yeah, I know there's a mess with it. Okay, Nacho.
All right. Hi, my name is Nacho Libre. I'm here to represent Corsair, show you some RAM for our low-end business motherboard and our fastest RAM for our home motherboard. So we were founded in 1994, and we're regularly featured in
Bless you.
showcase dream systems like gamer PCs and stuff like that. We design a high range of products for computers like the memory, power supplies, flash drives, cooling solutions, solid state drives and speakers, stuff like that. We're located in Fremont, California. There's a picture of our headquarters, and there's Fremont on the map. And so the home PC motherboard that we're going to be putting in our fastest RAM for today is the BioStar TB250 BTC version 6. The form factor is ATX, and it can support DDR4 2400, 2133, and 1866 RAM. It's 2x288 pin. It can support 2 DIMMs, and the max memory is 32 gigabytes. The fastest RAM for the home PC motherboard is the Corsair Vengeance LPX. The price is at $57.99. It's DDR4 2400. The bandwidth is 19,200. It's non-parity and non-ECC. It's single channel, and the cast latency is 14, and the access time is 5.83 nanoseconds.
Well, Nelly.
Stay.
Wow.
Stay.
Down. Good dog. Down.
Okay, and
How many sticks?
we had this
Yeah.
conversation. Go ahead and click on the link before we go to the next one. So I think we're gonna see that it's 1 stick, right? It's 1x4.
Yeah. Oh, whoops.
That's okay. We still see the same thing. Oh, okay. Is it a
Okay,
link?
whatever.
Is it not a link?
That is a link. It's just not clicking on it for some reason.
So it's just 1 stick of
You
4.
put a link
Yeah.
in the slide.
Okay.
Should be.
I don't know
You
why
put
it's
a
not
link.
working.
Put a link to
warranty?
the, put a link to the
Screenshot.
slide.
I didn't put a link to the slide. That's not a link to the slide. It's a link to the website. There's just something that comes up on.
Okay, so the only thing I want to point out here is, okay, put single channel. It definitely would be single channel because we have 1 stick of RAM. But I really think that the motherboard defines the single dual channel thing. Your motherboard may not do dual channel, in which case no matter what sticks of RAM you put in it, you're gonna get single channel performance. I would bet you it does though, because it's a DDR4 motherboard, and that would be really rare. His cast latency is the
supports
lowest
dual
cast latency we've seen on a DDR4 one so far today. So his speed is therefore obviously the lowest too. He's got 5.83 for his 4 gig versus 7.03 that we saw on the other one for slightly higher price, but really good performance, and that's what he was supposed to give us. So okay,
If I like X out of this, I might be able to get through.
that's okay. We'll try if the next one doesn't work, we'll do that.
Oof. I lost the mouse. Oh well. And there's the screenshot, so I can show you the price. All right, for our business PC motherboard, we have the BioStar TB250 BTC Pro version 6. The form factor is also ATX, and the RAM support is the same with DDR4 2400, 2133, and 1866. 2 by 288 pin, 2 DIMMs, and the max memory at 32 gigs. The affordable RAM for the business PC motherboard is the Corsair Value Select at the price of $91.99. It's DDR4 2400. The bandwidth is 19,200. It's non-parity and non-ECC. It's also single channel. It's 1 stick. The latency on it is 16, and the access time is 6.67 nanoseconds.
Okay, this one I want to click on.
All right.
Dang.
I have something set up to go on click. Hold on. Whoops.
Just click on it now.
I'll just move
How many
that.
sticks? Just one?
See, it's got the link in
Oh, okay. So you've got it. Okay, I got you. So go ahead and go back to it, and then we'll be able to do it. It's because you got it over. I mean, when you're clicking,
Yeah.
it's just bringing up that other slide.
Yeah.
And actually, the reason your click isn't working is because even though you can't see it, it's over top of your link. It's just invisible. So no matter what you do,
Yeah.
you're never going to get that link.
It's
So,
it
as a
I
rule,
don't know
don't do
how,
that
but
next time.
it worked on my laptop.
Is
All
your
right.
laptop built for
Well, don't put it back
7th
over.
gen
We want to click
Intel
on it.
processor?
Keep it
I'll just-
down.
Okay, you want to click on it?
Yeah. I want you to go to it. There you go.
Okay.
Why are you stealing his calculator? Okay, so this is one. That was what I didn't know. This is one 8 gig stick, and for 7th gen and AMD Ryzen. Why so specific? Like it wouldn't work for something else?
I don't know. There was a lot of them like that.
Huh?
There were some that had only worked for certain
I-
chipsets.
I almost wonder whether there's something with the voltage or the latency that.
Well, that was 1.2
Yeah,
volts.
mine's 7th gen Intel, so it
Mine's all of mine were 1.5 volt.
Okay, one thing we didn't see is any warranty, so go down to the specifications, let's see what the warranty, that's not gonna tell, that's the generic Newegg one.
works. Okay.
It always says that,
Dial
same
Evo
thing, does it
Spear.
have anything down
Evo
there?
Spear.
Doesn't say it.
Evo.
Evo Spear.
Yeah.
Okay, so it definitely is less expensive, a little bit slower than the other one you showed us, but,
Not that one.
okay.
Alright. Now I have to open it up again. I don't think it's open anymore.
Nope, you closed it.
Yeah, you gotta click present.
Present.
Present, you white man.
I know, I clicked present.
It's in the top right.
Alright, go
See,
back,
if you
go
just
back.
put that fade in right below the link the link would have still worked.
Yeah.
Can't handle
Faded
the
in
hostility.
everything else.
Go back.
That's what happens when you have white trash. in the
Please,
house.
sir. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for Nacho?
You got it.
Nachos? No. My name is Nacho.
I know. You got
It's Nacho name.
Libre.
I don't. Yeah, it's Nacho Libre.
Well,
Okay, do I need to spin or do I have to volunteer?
I'll go.
I think you got to volunteer. And Ellie.
I just have to
Wait,
upload
if
it.
name's
Nice
Nacho,
job, Mr. Gabbard. I'm very happy that you had yours all done and ready to go.
It always is.
Always!
Yeah,
Always!
it was
That's
always.
strong.
At the very last second before you yell at him.
It will
Well,
exactly.
We got tons of time.
That's when it needs to be.
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, what was your access time on that one?
access time on the
While you're
last
getting
one.
your rubric down, I'll close this and get ready.
6.67, I think. Just so I'm not
Let me look on my
recording backwards.
It was 6.67.
Yes, access time is nanosecond.
And what was the cost of your first?
It's not that one. My computer's slow, so
99.
If I give you $1.
my computer's
Your
slow.
computer's not any slower than anybody else's.
Deal.
It is not, unless you're adding something to your computer every time.
Well, I'm just writing it down.
I have
I
nothing
did
to-
find
I
somebody
opened
added.
14,000
Somebody added.
calculators.
Hey, I don't have the